Michael's father is a son of a bitch. So we just got out of the theater after watching the movie Michael, which is about the pop star named Michael Jackson. He was alive. He died a couple years ago. It's probably 10 to 15, 20 years. I don't know. All I know is I'm 25 right now, and I remember when he died, and
It
it was like,
was almost 20 years ago. I want to say it was 19 years ago.
okay, so I was probably 6 when he died. I'm not very good at math, but yeah. And it basically follows the life of this pop star, and it mostly focuses around the relationship with him and his father, and how his father wanted the Jackson Five, which is him and his brothers. There was a group. I'm sure you guys already know this. Like pretty much everybody in the world knows. Do I really have to give the backstory? I don't. Okay. Um, Maybe you'd be better at explaining a little. You probably know more about Michael Jackson than I do. So
Because I'm black? I'm kidding.
I didn't say that. Hey, she said that, not me. So she just seems like a bigger fan than I am. So
No, I mean, it definitely circulated more around just his upbringing and um, just the dynamic that their family had and how his father treated him fairly poorly. And I think it did a good representation of him coming into his own and like just making his future for himself. And um, I don't know. I thought they did a really good job. I do want to preface there's a lot of songs that are missed in the movie, but that is partially because the movie only takes place from his very young years to about 1988. So it misses a huge chunk of history that like even I was alive for certain songs that had come out. Um those songs don't make it into the movie. So
yeah, and are you sorry? Is that all? And guys, Adam Olinger put it best. He said this would be a much better series than a movie, and I honestly couldn't agree more because this movie's runtime is probably about two
it's
hours,
two
10 minutes.
hours, 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could have been like 3.5 hours, honestly.
Yeah.
And they barely even scratched the surface with a lot of the stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
so.
I was telling him once we got out, like, I'm honestly surprised that I said this because it's not often that I would like a movie to be longer than it was. Normally I'm like, okay, you can cut back on a few things, but this one, I actually, like, I would have been fine with it being another 45 minutes if it meant that we could get some more into his life after that 1988 period when he started just being Michael Jackson and not just part of the Jackson 5. Like, I would have loved for them to dive more into that. So,
Mhm. And yeah, guys, I don't know. I personally, I'm just gonna cut right to the chase here. I absolutely love this movie. I fucking loved it. Like from the second it started to the second it ended, I was just like so engaged, and like I was kind of snapping along to the songs and stuff, and like we both were. I feel like honestly, our theater was kind of lame. I feel like
there was a row in front of us. I saw there was a guy that was dancing along too. Like I
yeah,
saw him like head bobbing around and stuff. So
because this movie is probably like 65 to 70% just like concert footage and music and stuff, and all the songs are fucking great. I mean, they even recreated the Thriller music video, which I was like, and they like recreated it like perfectly.
yeah,
Like,
they recreated it, but then at one point I think they did kind of um I don't know what it's called, but like they like superimposed the actor onto the music video. Like I could tell that like part of it, like
mm,
they just edited like the um I guess the what is it called? The definition of the video. Like
mm,
I could tell parts of it were from the music video and they just like superimposed him into it, but they also recreated a lot of it and like the actors, it looked identical. It was pretty cool.
And guys, she noticed that I did not. She's a little bit smarter than me, if you can't tell, so that's why I wanted her to be in this review because I would personally not have noticed that. I thought that it was totally recreated, but maybe it wasn't.
I mean,
So.
the majority of it was, but
Okay.
yeah. I could tell that there was one part that I was like, oh, I think this is actually the music video, so it's pretty cool.
And guys, the elephant in the room here. So there's actually, now that I think about it, there's a few elephants in the room, but
And a giraffe, and
yeah.
a
Well, the main
chair.
elephant in the room, I was gonna. You mentioned it. You said that there were like allegations of him being a pedophile, Michael Jackson. Which, guys, I know nothing. I personally don't really know anything about other than what people have told me. So I haven't really looked into it or anything like that. But it kind of, in this movie, it basically showed that he had zero childhood. Michael Jackson did. So, like from the time he was basically 10 years old, I believe it was, maybe even younger than that, he was just being like bombarded with paparazzis and people trying to get his autograph and stuff. So he basically had no friends. Although he was an incredibly famous person, even as a kid, he was constant. Like he didn't have any friends because it was all just, oh my god, Michael, oh, autograph, like shit like that. So like,
Yeah. Well, and even then, prior to him getting famous, his dad would have him work from, like he said in the movie, 9 to 5. His
that was when he was
like
an adult
he was
though.
him,
Spoilers. But
but even as a kid, you could see when they were rehearsing, like he at one point, it's at the very beginning of the movie, but he sits down and looks out the window at kids playing, and his dad yells at him to get back in line and to start like performing again because he was just working him to the bone with performing. And yeah, he didn't have any friends, and so he made friends with animals. And as he got older, I mean, most people would know this hopefully from interviews if they know anything about him, but he would go into hospitals and sing for sick kids. He would visit them. And I mean, yes, part of the allegations was that he would bring kids into his home. I I understand that that can look really bad, but at the same time, I think he was trying to offer a safe place for kids, especially because he had gone through childhood abuse and neglect, and like his father just did not care for him in the way that a father should. And I think that he was trying to open up his home to be a safe haven for kids. And yeah, I think they did a good job of illustrating like that part of his upbringing to show like, hey, not everything is like this huge out of pocket story. So
pause for 1 sec because I'm just gonna make sure the video is still going. All right, we're good. And yeah, I and guys, there could be more to the story. I genuinely don't know. So like, for the record, if he is a pedophile, fuck him. But I don't. From everything I have personally seen, I don't think he was. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, the second elephant in the room. Okay, I keep saying elephant, but he had a giraffe. It's not an elephant. I basically say the reason why that's funny is because in the movie it shows how he basically turned his house into a zoo. There's like monkeys running around and like giraffes and shit and camels and all these like wild animals and stuff. But the second biggest thing was that his dad is a fucking prick. Like, this guy is awful. I don't know if he's dead now, I'm sure. Is he? Actually, maybe he's still alive. I don't know.
I think he passed away, but I actually no, I think both of his parents might have passed away.
Okay, well, honestly, his dad was a complete douche, and his mom was like a bystander, as the way they portrayed it in this movie. Like, she basically kind of didn't do anything to stop the dad, but the dad was just like, ooh, what does it say?
His mother is still alive. She's 95 years old.
Oh, wow.
His father passed away in 2018.
Oh, geez. I mean, now that I think about it, I wonder if, I don't know how Michael died, but maybe part of the reason he died was because of the pressure. I don't know. This is
You don't
speculation.
know how he
No, I don't.
passed.
Oh, this is a live reaction, I guess. Why don't you tell me?
He had overdosed.
On
He
what?
had multiple. I mean, so that I don't know if you're. This might be a spoiler, but I mean, again, most people already know what happened with him. That's why in the movie at one point I said, and that's when it starts, because when he was given the pain
Mm.
medication at the hospital.
Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Guys,
Sorry.
okay, I feel like we're getting kind of off topic right now.
We can cut this.
The movie, I'm not going to cut it. I feel
Okay.
like this is actually good. But this movie is fucking awesome. It's like 70% just like concerts and just amazing music. The acting is outstanding. I have a little bit of mixed reviews on the main guy because she was like, "Oh, it's his first acting role, the main guy," and I was like, "Oh, really? Who is this guy? That's pretty sick. He got this huge role." I looked it up. It's Michael Jackson's nephew, so I was like, "Of course he got the fucking role. He's fucking Michael Jackson's nephew. He's related to this incredibly famous guy who's starring in this movie is about." So I was like, "Okay, so that's not that much of a rags to riches story right there at all. It's in fact it's the exact opposite." But nonetheless, I felt like at the beginning I kind of had a little bit of a hard time adjusting to his like voice, and it felt a
But that-
little bit over the top, and I was like, okay, what's this guy doing?
But that's Michael's voice. Like, he did a really good job of portraying. Like, he does have kind of a higher pitched, like, more feminine voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every interview that I ever saw of him, he had that type of voice.
Yeah.
But, no. Sorry, continue.
She probably knows more about it than I do, but it was a little over the top for me at the beginning, and then I felt like in the midsection it was phenomenal. Like honestly, they made him look exactly like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Like, especially the side profile. Every time I saw the side profile, I was like, whoa.
And
like,
the hair.
that looks exactly like him. Also, yeah,
The hair, too,
was,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even honestly, all of the actors overall, like they did such a good job. The father, I mean, yes, he was a piece of shit, but the actor did such a good job of portraying that. And also, even the younger Michael, like
outstanding.
that was one of the best like child actor performances I've ever seen. Like you could see like it looked like raw emotion. Like it didn't seem like he was nervous or anything. Like it just seemed like I was taken into that scene and like I could fully see all of the emotion in his performance. It was really good.
Mm-hmm. And I know you haven't seen The Plague, have you?
Mm-mm.
So if you guys have seen The Plague, I did a review on it earlier in this channel, but there's a kid in The Plague who I would honestly compare his role to as far as the quality of child acting, because most child actors kind of suck, let's just be honest about that. But this kid just crushed it, and his voice was amazing. So yeah, the acting was great, front to back. Miles Teller was the other one,
Yeah.
which I was like, I feel like Miles Teller kind of plays the same role in most movies,
Yeah.
more or less.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's a bit of an oversimplification, but in this one, I was like, that's Miles Teller, you know? Even his voice and all that shit and his hair, I was like,
I mean, his voice was definitely different, but I mean, I could tell from the get go. I leaned over and told you, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Miles Teller!" Like,
yeah, because I was like, holy shit, that
I
doesn't
could
seem
just
like...
tell from the eyes.
Yeah. She has a crush on Miles Teller, for the record, but... but yeah.
Theo James.
Yeah,
But...
Theo James is her main crush, but yeah. And the AI-generated guy from Reminders of Him.
Tyreek.
Yeah. So she has a couple Hollywood crushes that we talk about on this channel sometimes, but which is okay. But yeah, guys, Michael, amazing movie. The critics can suck my dick. I'll just say that right now. Fuck the critics. Double barrel. Fuck the critics. All you guys can suck my dick. It got like 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I think what it was at the end of it, it ended when he performed... Spoilers.
No, don't say the last song.
Okay, it ends with a song, and it's pretty early. Like you said, it's like 1989 or whatever.
1988. He released an album after that in 1991, and that has a lot of very popular songs by him. He also has other ones about a decade later. Like, of course, there's some throughout up until he passed away. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of songs that are missing because of the year that it ended. So
And guys, this movie's like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it still felt like they ran out of time. To be honest, I think this could have been a better series, like a TV series, than it was a movie. I'm sorry, but I feel like this video is dragging on because I'm gonna run out of iPhone storage. But we should give our final grades. You first.
I honestly would give it. I'd give it an A minus. I'm giving it the minus purely because I feel like there were a couple pieces like I honestly wish that it was longer, which it still baffles me that I'm saying that. But like even if it was 20 minutes longer and we got a couple more songs in there, that would have been fantastic. But other than that, honestly, this movie was fantastic.
I'm gonna give it an A plus. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna give it an A. For the only reason being, kind of what she said, it could have been a little bit longer. There could have been more. Like I wanted to see later in his life because it started to show the what's the name of the disease that he had?
Uh,
It's like
Vitiligo, I think.
something like that. It's like where you're black and then you become white eventually, something like that. And they didn't even really remotely get into that because I know he kind of looked super white when he died. So I wish they would have kind of gone into more of that story. But
I mean, they did like mention it at one point in the movie, and then they showed like a couple clips of his hands, but like as it started. But again, I think given the time frame that it ended, he didn't like fully have like the effect of that disease until like a decade later.
yeah,
So
but I wanted to see that,
yeah, yeah,
guys. The only thing holding this movie back, it felt unfinished. That's how I put it. It felt kind of unfinished, but everything that happened was great. Like
well, hopefully they make a second one.
make a sequel.
Honestly, make a sequel
Michael
and
too.
play out
Yeah.
the rest of Michael Jackson.
Shit, I'd watch that. Anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel, like, and comment, please. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.